In this lecture series, we are going to study amplitude modulation. It is a type of continuous wave modulation. Agenda of this presentation, it will be consisting definition, time domain analysis of AM wave and its representation in time domain, and the modulation index calculation, power, bandwidth and transmission efficiency, at last advantages and disadvantages of AM wave. And first we will see definition. Amplitude modulation is a process by which amplitude of the carrier is varied according to the amplitude of the message signal, whereas frequency and the phase of the carrier is kept constant. So here only the amplitude of the carrier is varied according to the amplitude of the message signal. And here AM is also known as double sideband full carrier. We will see in upcoming slide why it is called double sideband full carrier, and it is the conventional AM also. And next one is time domain analysis of AM wave. Already we know that AM is a type of continuous wave modulation. Therefore, modulating signal and carrier signal both are continuous in time. Okay, that is continuous time signals. So considering that M of t and C of t are sinusoidal signals, because these two are the input signals and these two are continuous time signals. So M of t is equal to one of the input to the modulator. M of t is equal to AM cos omega mt, and C of t carrier signal AC is equal to C of t is equal to AC into cos omega ct. We know that our message signal is a low frequency signal, so therefore to carry this signal we have using a carrier signal which is very high frequency signal, and both are input to the modulator, that is M of t and C of t are input to the modulator, and S of t is the output from the modulator. It is AM modulated signal. Therefore M of output amplitude modulated signal S of t will be S of t is equal to AC plus M of t into cos omega ct. Here you can see AC is modulated with respect to M of t, whereas frequency of the carrier is kept constant, that is amplitude of the carrier is modulated with respect to message signal, whereas frequency of the carrier is kept constant. And from the last equation, taking AC as outside, and here you will have 1 by AC, that 1 by AC is nothing but amplitude sensitivity factor Ka, and while substituting this Ka in the above equation, we will get this equation. This will be used for problem solving purposes, and Ka is equal to 1 by A, so 1 by AC. This is nothing but amplitude of the carrier will be in volts. Therefore, Ka having SI unit will be volts inverse. Okay. And substituting M of t, that is AM cos omega mt in this above D equation, will get this equation. Here you can see Ka into AM. This is nothing but modulation index mu. So this Ka into AM is nothing but modulation index mu. Here Ka is 1 by AC. We know, substituting this you will get mu is equal to AM by AC. This is nothing but amplitude of the message signal, and this is amplitude of the carrier signal. The ratio between these two will give the modulation index, and then substituting this mu in the last equation we will get S of t is equal to AC 1 plus mu cos omega mt into cos omega ct. Then taking this cos omega ct to inside and also AC to inside, we will get the equation will be like this. And in this equation you can see this is first component is AC cos omega ct plus AC mu cos omega mt cos omega ct. So this is like cos A into cos B, that is equal to 1 by 2 cos A of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. While substituting this equation in the above equation, we will get S of t is equal to like this. Here you can see this AM modulated signal having three components. So the first component is AC cos omega ct. This is nothing but our carrier signal. And next one is AC into mu by 2 into cos of omega c plus omega m into t. So carrier frequency plus message signal frequency. This will gives the upper side band. Okay, and omega c minus omega m. This will give the lower side band. Therefore, amplitude modulated signal having three components: carrier, that is full carrier signal, and the upper side band, lower side band. That's the reason amplitude modulated signal is also called as double sideband, because both sidebands are there Therefore, double sideband carrier is completely presented in the output. Therefore, this is full carrier. Double sideband full carrier signal. And the representation, here you can see this first one is modulating signal, is a low frequency signal having the amplitude is AM, and the next one is high frequency carrier signal having the amplitude is AC, and the third one is AM modulated signal. Here you can see this portion is upper sideband. It is nothing but our message signal, and here it is replica of upper sideband, that is lower sideband. Okay. Here you can see the maximum amplitude of the upper sideband is called as Emax, that is equal to AC plus AM, and the minimum amplitude of the upper sideband will be Emin, that is equal to AC minus AM, and this modulation index of AM. So modulation index is defined as the ratio of maximum amplitude of the modulating signal to the maximum amplitude of the carrier signal. So modulation index is equal to mu is equal to AM by AC, that is also known as Emax minus Emin divided by Emax plus Emin. Please note that here it is plus, not minus. Emax minus Emin divided by Emax plus Emin. So Emax is nothing but AC plus AM. Emin will be AC minus AM. Different conditions for modulation index. First case, mu lesser than 1. Considering mu is lesser than 1, therefore mu is equal to AM by AC, that is lesser than 1. So therefore, while rearranging, we will get AC is greater than AM, means that carrier amplitude is higher than the message signal amplitude. In this case, we will get the amplitude modulator signal will be like this. Here you can see upper sideband and lower sideband are separated by some gap. This gap is nothing but unused portion of the carrier. Okay, means that there is no message signal is presented in this portion. Okay, while sending this unused carrier with the upper sideband and lower sideband will leads to power wastage, because message is presented in the both sidebands. In this portion there is no message, useful message. So sending this with the message signals will leads to power wastage. Okay, but at the same time at the receiver side we can easily, perfect extraction will be happen. Easily recover the message signal. And the next case is perfect modulation, that is mu equal to 1. When mu equal, modulation index is equal to 1, we will get AC is equal to AM. So here amplitude carrier is equal to message signal carrier. At this case you can see Emax is equal to AC minus AM. Okay, but Emin is equal to AC minus AM. If both are equal to each other, Emin will be 0. So therefore this is touching this 0 axis. Likewise this replica also the touching this axis. Okay, but not colliding. There is no overlap, only touching the 0 axis. Okay, so means that there is no unused portion. Only upper sideband and lower sideband is presented in this condition. When mu equal to 1, there is no unused carrier. Okay. So in this case it increases the power efficiency. At the same time it is possible to recover the original message signal at the receiver side, because both bands are touching each other but not colliding. So we can recover the message signal at the receiver side is possible. And third case is over modulation. Over modulation means mu greater than 1. At this condition amplitude of the carrier will be lesser than AM. So at this case both sidebands are colliding each other, will leads to message waste. So means that information loss will happen at this colliding points. So at the receiver side it is impossible to recover the message signal. And the power analysis, already we know that the AM signal having 3 components, and the total power will be power of 3 components, sum of power of 3 components, that is power of carrier plus power of upper sideband plus power of lower sideband, and we have its amplitude PC is equal to AC square by 2. Okay, then upper sideband power is equal to its amplitude square by 2. While rearranging we will get upper sideband is equal to mu square by 4 into PC, and for lower sideband, this is for lower sideband, not upper sideband, this is lower sideband PLSP, that is equal to amplitude square, its amplitude square by 2 will get mu square by 4 PC. So while adding these three, we'll get total power will be PT is equal to PC 1 plus mu square by 2. This is the total power of AM signal. Next is bandwidth. So bandwidth of AM signal, that is bandwidth is equal to upper sideband minus lower sideband. Upper sideband is FC plus FM, lower sideband is FC minus M. So cancelling, we'll get bandwidth is equal to 2 into FM. Next one is frequency representation of AM signal. Here first is M of t having the frequency FM. Next C of t having the frequency FC. Next amplitude modulated signal having the center frequency FC and upper sideband frequencies FC plus FM and the lower sideband FC minus FM. Next one is transmission efficiency. Transmission efficiency is nothing but ratio of sideband power to the total power. Why they are considering sideband means our message signal present in the sidebands alone. Okay, therefore sideband power to the total power. So sideband power is equal to, already we calculated sideband having the power is mu square by 4 into PC. This is for upper sideband. For lower sideband also it is same. So adding this will get mu square by 2 into PC. We already derived total power equation. While substituting in eta equation, we'll get eta is equal to mu square by 2 plus mu square into 100%. So this is the modulation efficiency of AM. For perfect modulation, while substituting mu is equal to 1, we'll get eta is equal to 33%. So this is the efficiency, power efficiency of the AM, conventional AM. So images are taken from the below website. Thank you for watching this video.